what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Listen, man, the debate is happening online right now involving Pastor Jamal Bryant and the nationwide boycott of Target.
That's right, Rickey. So last March, Dr. Bryant called for a nationwide boycott after the company started pulling back on its DEI policies and raised concerns that it might not follow through on its promised $2 billion investment in black-owned businesses. So he called it a fast from Target, pointing out that, you know, we as black people spend about $12 million a day there. And he said that spending power should be used to hold the company accountable.
And just this week, people online, y'all, were shocked after seeing a video of Pastor Bryant in front of a Target store announcing that the boycott was officially over. So take a listen, y'all, and listen to this announcement.
It's been a year, and I'm grateful. They didn't think we could do it, but we did. History has just been made. The most effective and powerful boycott by black people since the Montgomery bus boycott 70 years ago. We asked for 4 things, and I'm grateful to God if we've got 3 of them. They have invested $2 billion back into the black community as they pledged after the death of George Floyd. On top of the $2 billion, an additional $100 million to immediate organizations that are meeting the needs within our community. Number 2, we asked them to partner with HBCUs. They have found, and we have found collectively, one that will do our pilot program with 12 other HBCUs to follow. Number 3, a reimagining of DEI. It's been a rough year for our community. 300,000 black women have lost their jobs, and this is the highest unemployment for our people in years. The only thing that we didn't get accomplished, but we're still working towards, is an investment into black banks. And I'm believing by grace, it's going to get done. This new CEO has come handling business, and I'm glad to walk with him. The immediate Target fast has come to an end. We claim victory. We're grateful. Go in or stay out. But I'm grateful unto God. It's open.
Okay, so here's the issue with that. A lot of people are split. Activists and supporters say one person can't just end a boycott that thousands of people, probably hundreds of thousands of people participated in. And some other people say they're still boycotting. They argue that the company hasn't done enough yet and it hasn't apologized to the black community. Now, Dr. Bryant has responded to critics saying, listen, he didn't tell y'all got to go back to Target. He just said his campaign is done.
All right, y'all, let us know what you think about Pastor Bryant calling out the Target boycott. Have you been boycotting or have you been shopping at Target all this time? Hit us up at 866-9-RICKEY, 866-9-RICKEY. Alfredus, what are your thoughts?
I think a lot of black women, we started going to Target because Target was one of those first stores to carry the black care hair product line. So it was like you could go right in there, grab your stuff instead of ordering it online. So I think a lot of us went in for that, and we wound up, going over here and buying clothes and buying other things. So I have not been in Target in a year.
We got Roland Martin on the phone. Roland, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Roland, now, I'm a little bit on the fence about this. Not really on the fence. I'm kind of like with the sisters that I've been seeing online, because the fact that we have to protest you to begin with let me know that your heart ain't in the right place. And there was no formal apology. That's just me, Roland. Now, what are your thoughts?
Okay. All right. So first of all, the timeline that y'all gave has to be adjusted because it's actually incorrect. So Trump gets inaugurated in January. The Target, this memo, Target rolling back its DEI commitment, drops on January 24th. On January 25th, and this is, you can look at the Instagram post, Nina Turner's group, Strike for All, says, "Hey, Target, if you don't put the commitment back, we're launching a boycott on February 1st." Same day, Nakima Armstrong posts on Instagram about Get Boycott and asks folks, hey, what should we do? On January 29th, Nakima posts that they're holding a news conference to announce the boycott on February 1st. Nina Turner pulls in Tamika Mallory Until Freedom saying, hey, stand with us on this. She agrees. Then what Jamal does, he felt that the church component should be involved. And so on March 5th, the beginning of Lent, it was like we're going to do a Target fast of 40 days. We'll end Easter Sunday. As they approach after Easter Sunday, said we're going to continue this Target fast. So people need to understand there are multiple calls for boycott/fast. And so you had Nakima and others in Minneapolis where Target is based. You had Nina's group. You had Until Freedom involved with that. And then you had the Target fast. You had some 300,000 people who signed up for the targetfast.org to participate. And so those 4 demands that Jamal listed were on targetfast.org. There was a meeting, of course, with the previous Target CEO, Reverend Al Sharpton, in April. Then you had the continual protests. You had Washington, D.C., where they were protesting every week against Target. And so you had these conversations. But here's also people have to recognize. So you had Trump that was attacking corporations with the DEI. Then Target is facing a class action lawsuit by shareholders over LGBTQ issues, plus DEI saying that Target should have informed them of the economic harm as a result. That class action lawsuit is still going. So all these things are happening right now. You also have an administration that will seek retribution against any company on this DEI issue. And so some companies have reaffirmed their commitment. Others, because of being afraid of this administration, have pulled back. All these things are happening at one time. We carried Black Star Network. We carried the live stream of the news conference with the National Press Club. And so what you had the 3. You had Nina Turner, Tamika Mallory, and Jamal speaking there on this issue. Jamal clearly said the Target fast portion of this boycott was ending. That's what he said. Tamika and Nina both said that Target certainly owes the community apology, needs to do more. That they personally would not be going back to Target. So they did not say. They didn't, again, so the initial headlines, people went Target boycott ended. That's because, folks, again, and I was very specific in my language in terms of what actually happened. Now, they also make clear individuals, is up to them, and it's up to Target to make amends to get people back into the stores. That's on them. And so, yes, there is confusion. Nakima's group has said, no, the boycott continues. I'm having her on my show tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. And so I'm looking at a lot of this discourse. And I also think people need to understand something as well. When you talk about boycotts, an individual could say, I'm not going to shop there. That's not a problem. But when you say a boycott, the question then becomes, what is your demand? What are you actually trying to get out of this? And so that's the question. When people say, I am boycotting, got it, not a problem. So if you want to, again, study boycotts. You know, what Reverend Leon Sullivan did in Philadelphia, he gave the idea to Dr. King that led to Operation Breadbasket. And so there are demands you make. What are you trying to get? And then how do you hold someone accountable?
Hey, Roland,
and that's the issue that people have to recognize.
Are you satisfied with the CEO of Target that they handled this the right way?
No, I'm not, because here's the piece. And I said this last year. It is Target's responsibility to come out and talk about those things. I said this last year, and this has been Target's problem. What Target failed to do, Target failed to communicate properly. Target has failed to address it. And so one of the reasons people are criticizing Jamal is that he said Target has done this. Okay. But then people say, well, where's the proof? Target should be providing that because they're the one who did the DEI rollback. That's why you have this contention back and forth. Okay. So you got people saying, oh my God, they got checks. You got some fool sitting here saying, Roland got paid, because I've been covering this whole deal. Target ain't paying us no damn dime. I'm like, shut the hell up. Tamika, Jamal, and Nina all said, no, we never got any money. So folk are just throwing stuff out there. And so do people have a right not to go back to Target? I haven't walked into a Target since this thing started, and I won't. because Target needs to.
Yeah, hold that thought, Roland. I'm gonna bring you on the other side. I want to know what y'all think. Y'all hit me up at 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKY. I'm gonna be taking your calls. Up next, Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, baby.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. A whole lot of stuff going on. We're talking about this whole situation with Target. Are you protesting Target or not? All right. We got Roland Martin on the phone. Roland, thank you for joining us. We're going to go to the phones right quick. Get at me, 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKY. Let's go to the phones. Good morning.
My name is Roland from Columbus, Ohio. Oh, absolutely boycotting Target. Who told Jamal Bryant that he was our leader?
Lisa from Baltimore, and Target can never get another one of my dollars. Once they show you who they are, you better believe them.
This is Dwana calling from Pompano, and no, I'm not shopping at Target.
My name is Whitney. I'm calling from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I actually did not stop shopping at Target. The area where I live, we don't have many options. So if I don't shop at these stores, I can't provide for my family. So, yeah, I was never not shopping at Target. Sorry, not sorry.
Well, I'm shopping, but I don't agree with Pastor Jamal Bryant. I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I just feel like he does everything for clout, and I feel like it's given he got paid off.
My name is Jacody Davis. I'm calling from Fort Worth, Texas, and we are definitely still boycotting Target. Target hasn't done anything differently. The DEI program is still down. Not only that, but they also allow ICE to use their facilities and parking lots to set up shop at. So definitely still boycotting Target. Don't know what Pastor Jamal Bryant is talking about or who paid him off to stop boycotting Target.
Now, my personal opinion, I don't think nobody paid him, and Pastor Jamal Bryant do a lot of good things, even though I might disagree with him on this or whatever. I had no idea that they was letting them use ICE agents, the parking lot to set up to try to. I had absolutely no idea of that, Roland. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was actually mentioned at the news conference as one of the other issues that people have been bringing up as well, and that's the point I'm making. Is multifaceted. Second of all, if you're going to make an allegation that somebody has been paid off, you had better actually have some evidence, or you're putting yourself at risk of being sued. In fact, there's somebody on Facebook who claimed that claimed the allegation that Jamal nonprofit got millions, and he's like, what are receipts? And so that guy probably is going to be hearing from his lawyers. But again, this is what people, you can tell how people are responding when they say, well, nobody said you were a spokesman, but when the call was made last year, folk weren't actually saying that. Okay, when the 300,000 people signed up, they weren't saying that. And see, this is where I'm saying that there's a difference between being emotional and strategic. And when we talk about making a demand, the demand still has to be met. And then the question is this here: okay, if we are making a demand, well then who then is negotiating for the demand? Who is at the table? And so you can spread something organic. So when you study boycotts, when you study people that have launched boycotts, then you actually had negotiations taking place. Like I said, the responsibility here, this is Target's responsibility. Target should be the one coming out. And look, I know of organizations prior to the boycott and since that have received 6- and 7-figure donations from Target. But the responsibility in order to communicate to the public their commitment, Target, because in the news conference they said that Target moved their DEI initiatives from one program under another program. Well, that's Target's job to explain. Target has not done that. And again, part of this whole deal is this lawsuit that their class action lawsuit they're facing, the stuff with Trump. We get all of that, but they are responsible for doing that, and that's one of the reasons people are going to come back into the stores, and that's what you're seeing.
Go ahead, Alfred. You had a question.
I was just going to say, when a company like Target, who makes over $100 billion from customers online and actually walking in their store, and a boycott can cause like millions, hundreds of millions in losses, They don't get government subsidies. They don't get these huge tax. Well, they do, but not compared to how much they get in spending. So, what is their trepidation with saying, hey, you know what? We don't follow the politics. We follow the people, because it's a business decision to know that your customers. So what? What's their trepidation with just coming out and saying we screwed up?
Well, you got to remember when Target had placed some LGBTQ, this whole issue of the products. In the section, right-wing activists went after them, went after their shareholders, and that also was a result of one of the lawsuits. And so that was a huge deal. That class action lawsuit has been going on. They are a publicly traded company. And so when you're a publicly traded company, that's also part of the issue. So you had that took place in 2024. Then, of course, you had the whole anti-DEI effort that was all wrapped up in 2025. And so that's what you're dealing with. And when you say the retribution, I can tell you point blank that there are technology companies that have said we can't sponsor black events that have black in its name, because Trump's FCC chair has said any company that does that, we won't approve mergers or acquisitions. You see the pulling of contracts. So there is a targeted effort by this administration to target companies and put pressure on companies to not move forward with these initiatives. And so that's happening right now. That's the battlefront we're in, and that's why you have these companies. Some are saying, hey, we're removing the DEI language, but nod and wink, we're still doing it, but we're being quiet about it. I mean, some people have told me that, companies told me that directly, so that's what's going on.
Hold that thought. We got some more calls. Good morning.
Hey, this is Jay from Charlotte, and I've been boycotting them, except I don't need a grown man like Pastor Bryant to tell me the boycott's over. And if today done probably paid him $1 million to take let the dogs off.
Yeah, this is Brian from Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, we boycotting Styles famous till they get some brother pictures on the wall.
Hey, this is Derek from Oklahoma City. I'm still boycotting. Ain't nobody got with me and had no meeting and saying it was over. I'm boycotting.
It's Jenny calling from Alabama. No, we are not shopping at Target. I appreciate Pastor Bryant's efforts, but he doesn't speak for black women.
Sierra from Houston. I don't think it's a boycott if you do drive up and they don't see you in the store.
Anika Mays, Humble, Texas. I am still not shopping at Target.
Hello, my name is Tyler. I'm calling from South Houston, and yes, I've been boycotting Target since the beginning of it. I'm a white guy in Houston, and it don't matter who's on the radio saying that they're good to go there. People need to stick to their guns on this one, I believe, especially any big corporation.
Oh, this is Ron from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. No, I'm not boycotting. It really doesn't matter. We're not hurting them people. Them people going to succeed with our money or without our money.
Good morning. My name's Diane Harris, and I never shopped at Target because they didn't have a layaway like Kmart or Ventures, so I never shopped at Target.
Ma'am.
Wait a minute.
Ma'am.
I have not seen Hold on.
I'm the first to boycott Target. I stopped when they stopped popping popcorn.
All right.
Hey, that popcorn.
That popcorn used to be hidden.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Roland, since they stopped popping that popcorn, bro, I ain't been up in there. Man, I walked out there.
I didn't even realize they had popcorn.
Man, they had some good ass popcorn. I got on that intercom and cussed everybody out and walked out of there.
Oh my God. Let me say this here. The lesson that Target, first of all, the brother was incorrect who said there has been an economic impact. Yes, Target has lost their stock price. Their stock price was upwards around 124. If you go to Google to type in Target stock price, you can see what it was on January 24th and then how it has gone down. It's rebounded to about, I think yesterday it closed at $115, but it went down to $90 a share. Yep. They've admitted it had an impact. But let me say this again. It is the responsibility of Target to be communicating. And so that is the piece. If Target, the things that Jamal said on Wednesday, if Target has done those things, and I was told by one of their vendors privately they've done that, then they need to be communicating that. They need to show some courage. The CEO needs to be doing that. Target should be holding community town halls. It is Target's job to rebuild trust with black folks, and our responsibility is to put pressure on them. And so if people continue not shopping there, it is going to be seen in their daily visits, in their transactions. And so that's going to continue. And listen, Texaco had a racist issue in the 90s. Reverend Jackson led that boycott. Do understand the impact. If I am trying to get gas today and I see a Texaco, I will pause and go, should I go across the street? Y'all, that happened in the 90s. So understand that same thing with Denny's. There was a boycott of Denny's in the 90s. Same thing. And so it took Denny's a long time to get over that issue. And so this is the impact that people have to recognize when boycotts are launched.
There it is. Hey, Roland, appreciate y'all. Hey, thank everybody for your phone call. If you couldn't get through, hit us up on the website. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.